Today, we're diving into a powerful story about what it really means to find your own way in life, instead of, getting lost chasing someone else's dream.
So let me start by asking you this. Think about it. We're all pushed towards what society tells us is success. But what if that whole direction just feels off? What if the real key to a happy, fulfilled life isn't something you find out there, but it's actually buried deep inside you?
From the time we're kids, right, we're just surrounded by these stories. Follow this person's path. Copy that CEO's morning routine. Study what they studied. It's sold to us as this proven blueprint, like it's a safe bet for a good life.
But here's the catch. If you don't actually know what makes you tick, what you're genuinely interested in, then all those success stories are just stories. They're like stars in the night sky. Yeah, they're beautiful to look at, but they're impossibly far away, and they're definitely not a map for your journey. And that feeling, that sense of being completely adrift, that's exactly where our story kicks off today, with a young guy named Sam who is right in the middle of this crisis.
So let's meet Sam. On paper, this guy has it all. He's just finished high school, his family's doing really well, they own a huge horse farm, but inside, he is completely and utterly lost. School was a total drag for him, not because he wasn't smart enough, but because nothing, and I mean nothing, grabbed his interest. So instead of just blindly jumping into college, he hits the pause button to try and figure himself out.
And he actually tells his father this. It's not about being unable to do the work. It's about a total lack of connection. He feels completely disconnected from the path everyone expects him to take. And honestly, it's making him really anxious.
Now here's where things get interesting. Sam's dad, Mr. David, is a pretty wise guy. Instead of getting mad or forcing Sam to make a choice, he comes up with this really unusual solution, a kind of real-world quest, if you will.
The instructions are super specific and, honestly, a little weird. Sam has to go visit 3 of his dad's old buddies and just ask them for their success stories. But the really strange part is this last instruction. Introduce yourself as the son of the man with the golden leg.
So naturally, Sam's as curious as we are, and he asks his dad straight up. But his dad just kind of smiles and says he'll figure it out from the men he's about to meet. So now the journey has a mission and a mystery.
And with that, Sam is off. He's about to get a crash course in what success really is, from 3 very different people. And believe me, none of it is what he's expecting.
And check this out. The meetings his father set up are all over the place on purpose. Sam's about to meet 2 guys who are pretty much at the bottom of their class, and 1 guy who is number 1. This wild contrast is the whole point of his dad's lesson.
Sam's first stop is Mr. Andres, a famous athlete with trophies and medals everywhere. Sam finds him in this gorgeous home looking like the definition of success. But here's the first bombshell. This super successful guy was a terrible student, ranking 38th out of 40.
So what was his secret? Well, Mr. Andres lays it all out. He says he was never good at school, but he loved sports, especially running. So he just ran. He focused on that one thing, getting better every single year, learning from his mistakes, and just mastering his craft. The point is huge. Success isn't about being good at everything. It's about becoming a master at something.
Next on the list is Mr. Thomas, and this is a real shocker for Sam. It turns out he's the owner of his family's favorite restaurant. And the surprises just keep on coming. Mr. Thomas was an even worse student than Mr. Andres, ranking 39th, second to last in the entire class.
Mr. Thomas's advice just builds on that first lesson. He says he only ever loved 2 things, eating and talking. So he channeled all of that into cooking. His love for it was what kept him going, even when his business was failing. He poured his passion into it, got better and better, and eventually found huge success. The lesson here? Passion is the fuel for perseverance.
So for his last visit, Sam's probably thinking he's going to meet the guy who ranked last, right? But nope. Instead, he meets Mr. Miguel, the guy who was first in their class, the valedictorian. And yet, his house is much simpler, way more modest than the others. Something is definitely different here.
And Mr. Miguel's lesson is the complete opposite of the others. He explains that because he was good at all his subjects, he never went deep into any single one. He became a generalist, a jack of all trades, but a master of none. His story is a really powerful warning. Knowing a little about a lot of things can actually hold you back from your true potential.
So with these 3 powerful, totally conflicting lessons rattling around in his head, Sam heads home. And now, all the pieces of the puzzle, including the mystery of his dad's nickname, are about to finally click into place. Mr. Miguel revealed the biggest shock of them all, Sam's own father, the man he looked up to, the successful owner of that huge farm. He wasn't first in his class, or 38th, or even 39th. He was dead last.
40th out of 40 students. Just let that sink in for a minute. The most successful man Sam knew was, by any academic standard, a complete failure. This just shatters the whole conventional idea of what it takes to succeed.
And that famous nickname? Well, Mr. Miguel explained that too. It wasn't some grand metaphor for being successful. It was literal. Sam's dad fell from a horse, broke his leg, and wore a golden-colored bandage. The nickname was a reminder of an injury he got while doing the one thing he was truly passionate about.
And this is where it all connects. His father's story is the ultimate lesson. He failed at school, but he had this all-consuming passion for horses. Even a serious injury couldn't stop him. He poured every ounce of his energy into that one thing, mastering his craft through pure dedication and hard work.
So, the core lesson from this whole journey boils down to this 4-step path. First, you have to find what you truly love. Then, learn everything there is to know about it. Third, practice like crazy until you become an expert. And finally, use that expertise to build your own path. And in that moment, it all just clicked for Sam. He finally saw his own path clearly. His passion wasn't in a classroom, it was with the horses, just like his father.
And that really leaves us with this final thought. The people we look up to as innovators and leaders, they didn't get where they are by following the crowd. They got there by listening to that inner voice and carving out a new way forward. The story of Sam and his father is a great reminder that the key to our own future is already inside us. So the only question left is, what road are you going to create?